What's going on, guys? Ryan Martello here at the Crypto Fiend Studios, and today we're going to be doing a market update, seeing what's really going on in the market and some news revolving around cryptocurrencies. Now, before we jump into that, thank you to all of you who have been mashing on that like button, subscribed, showing support towards the channel. You guys are awesome. You mean the world to me. And if you're not subscribed, of course, hit that subscribe button for quality cryptocurrency content. So, to start things off, we are at a very, very interesting point in cryptocurrencies right now. We've been at this phase where we feel like we hit the bottom. We're at that stabilization level where we find support, and then we drop even lower and lower and lower, and it feels like it's not ending. But as of right now, we are showing levels of support. Not the largest levels of support, but it's something to help us give a little bit of a state of mind that we are not crashing at all means. This is the 7-day moving average for the overall market. As you can see, we had this extreme dip a day ago where we hit a low of around $237 billion in market cap, a low we have not hit in a long time. We are starting to level out again, but we are having these rough patches where we have these random dip offs where it does look like price manipulation. I mean, this doesn't just happen out of the blue where you have $15 billion just blow off the map of cryptocurrencies. That's not normal. So there's a lot going on to try to help fix this problem when it comes to manipulation, because no one likes manipulation in the market. I mean, yes, these whales in the space that have billions of dollars to mess around with and triple, quadruple their money, yeah, they enjoy it. But all the average investors, the guys like us that don't have that much money in the space, we don't appreciate it at all. So there's a lot of countries trying to fix this. One is the United States. The United States is going to be initiating probes onto a lot of these larger exchanges like Coinbase, etc., to track different traders and investors and try to determine where this price manipulation is coming from. So the first article we have for you guys today is Japan wants to stop cryptocurrency criminal activities with credit evaluation. This week, after disclosing its plan to crack down on anonymous cryptocurrencies, Zcash, Dash, and Monero, the government of Japan has said the major credit agencies will evaluate cryptocurrency users to prevent the utilization of digital assets and laundering money generated from illicit operations. Suspicious users will be investigated. Credit agencies, information security research firms, and Japan Credit Information Services will cooperate with the government to investigate suspicious cryptocurrency trading accounts and individuals that trade usually large amounts of digital assets beginning in a few weeks. So Japan is starting to really crack down on cryptocurrencies. Now this isn't like regulation when it comes to if you can invest in stuff like that. They're cracking down when it comes to privacy coins, but also when it comes to money laundering, because, you know, I'm sure it still goes on a lot in cryptocurrencies. You have people that launder money through cryptocurrencies, and Japan, of course, doesn't like that. They want to crack down on that and get their tax money. So that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be working with a couple different credit agencies to evaluate these investors to really determine what's going on with the money and where it's going and all that good stuff. Cryptocurrency market restructuring ongoing. An investigation by the FSA discovered that major exchanges like Bitflyer, the country's most widely utilized cryptocurrency exchange over in Japan, had flaws in their AML and KYC systems that are not sufficient to prevent money laundering. Consequent to the request of the government, Japan exchanges, including Bitflyer, stopped registering new users and started to fix its internal management systems. So a big problem that Japan, again, is also facing as well as China, is that a lot of these exchanges that are very popular in those countries do not have the best security, and that's a really big issue, especially when you have thousands, if not millions, of investors' money on the line. So Japan is putting in laws where these exchanges have to keep up to date with the security systems, as well as improve their AML and KYC systems so they can know who these investors are on their exchanges. So if you did like being kind of in the dark, this is kind of bad news that you do have to They will be upgrading their KYC information, stuff like that, but that's why we do have decentralized exchanges as of right now. So the next article I have for you guys, China ranks EOS as the #1 blockchain. Bitcoin doesn't make the top 10. So right here, China Electronic Information Industry Development, CCID, updated its blockchain ranking that previously ranked Ethereum as the best blockchain network in the global market. The Chinese government ranked EOS as the top, claiming EOS is the best blockchain network in the world by technology and innovation, as seen in the table below provided by CoinNest. So let me zoom in on this for you guys so you can see it better. Right here we have EOS with 102 points, Ethereum, Neo, Stellar, Lisk, Nebulous, Steam, BitShares, Ripple, and Quantum. I thought this was a rather odd list, but I mean, they have a lot that goes into it, but right down here it does discuss how the ranking is not perfect, because when it comes to really trying to determine a quality ranking for blockchains across the board, there's a lot of factors that play into that. So no blockchain ranking can ever be perfect because thousands of blockchain projects that are currently in existence can be segregated into at least 10 different categories, including smart contracts, payment, proof of stake, bank protocol, utility token, tokenized security, and app coins. Hence, depending on the criteria of the ranking, there could be discrepancies in the ranking of the top 10 of the blockchain networks. However, there should exist fundamentals and base criteria in judging blockchain protocols. The Chinese government blockchain ratings has a decent structure involving these criteria of technology, application, and innovation. So a lot of people were kind of against this ranking system, how they did rank EOS as #1, considering EOS just froze, I believe, 27. They suspended 27 user accounts for reasoning of phishing attacks, and a couple other stuff. So people were a little against that. Personally, for me, I think EOS is a rather phenomenal project, but a lot of people think that EOS is going to be the victim of a 51% attack in the near future on an exchange, due to their overall security not being as good as it should be, considering they'd had over a year of ICO prep time to really make sure their platform was ready before they got it released. So the next article I have for you guys is Bitmain's mining pools now control nearly 51% of Bitcoin's hash rate. This is massive, guys. So if you guys don't know what 51% of Bitcoin's hash rate means, pretty much when people mine Bitcoin, everyone around the world is mining a block, and overall it makes up 100%. Bitmain, which is a company we're going to read in a second, is mining nearly 51% of each block of Bitcoin, and we're going to be reading why this is kind of a big problem. So Bitcoin mining pools controlled by China-based industry giant Bitmain now account for more than 40% of the total Bitcoin hash rate, raising new concerns about miner centralization. Bitmain's hash rate inches toward 51%. According to the data from CoinDance, Bitcoin mining pools from BTC.com and AntPool have mined 25.5% and 16.5%, respectively, of all Bitcoin blocks over the past 7 years. Both of these mining pools are owned by Bitmain, the world's largest producer of application specification and integrated circuit miners, meaning that the firm now has influence over at least 42% of Bitcoin hash rate. The two pools also control a combined 21% of the Bitcoin hash rate, which operates the same algorithm as Bitcoin. So why this is a big problem? Bitmain is dangerously close to controlling 51% of the Bitcoin hash rate, a mark that would theoretically allow it to attempt a 51% attack against the network. Given CEO Jihan Wu's support for Bitcoin Cash and controversial scaling proposal, SegWit2x, Bitmain might launch a malicious attack against the network anyway. That's a very unlikely scenario, but critics argue that the fact that it's a discussion that at all means that Bitcoin mining is too centralized. So to sum up all that jamble for you guys, Bitmain is the creator of these mining devices, and as of right now they control about 51% of the overall hash rate for a Bitcoin, which is crazy because once you control over 50%, 51% of the hash rate, you can change the hash rate for a Bitcoin and create a 51% attack. So that's why a lot of people are seeing this as a big problem, that Bitcoin is becoming too centralized, but there's not much we can really do about it right now. Now, if Bitmain was to say, hey, I want to launch a 51% attack on Bitcoin, I think that would be terrible for them. That would practically ruin their company across the board, and I don't think they would do that. But it is pretty scary to see they control about 51% of the hash rate for Bitcoin, and they said, I believe 21% of Bitcoin Cash. So they're getting up on Bitcoin Cash as well. So this is definitely scary to see that Bitcoin is kind of getting centralized when it comes to the mining side of things. And that's the side of things I feel like a lot of people don't really pay attention to or maybe fully understand. So that's all the news we have for you guys. Now, across the board for cryptocurrencies, we are seeing a lot of volume come back in, around 17.5 billion in the past 24 hours. Hopefully we can continue this growth, get to that $300 billion range. I know every video kind of sounds like the same. I mean, we want to hope it goes up, but there's really no determining where we're going to go from here. Right now is a beautiful buying point. We are at a very, very interesting low that we have not seen in a very, very long time for cryptocurrencies back in August. So I am looking into a handful of cryptocurrencies. I just recently made a position on Cardano at 13.5 cents. I think that's a phenomenal buying point with a high of $1.24, as well as I did make a position on UTrust. UTrust has been one I've been really supportive of since they've really been launched. I got into the ICO phase, luckily, but they're at their ICO pricing right now. Their ICO price was 6 cents, so that is very appealing to me. They did just announce a partnership with PundiX. Phenomenal partnership. Now, when it comes to the price movement, as you can see, they are practically flatlined. So this is one where we definitely have to probably get on a bull run to see some momentum again. But across the board, UTrust is going to do phenomenal things in the industry of being practically PayPal in the crypto space. So that's why I'm excited about that. As of those two, I mean, I'm keeping an eye on a couple. We have Neo at $32, very, very interesting, and a handful others, but that's that. So let me know down below what you guys think is really going on with the market, what cryptocurrencies you're investing in. Of course, if you're not subscribed, mash that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next.